What's up guys, Isaac here from The Realized Man. In today's video, we're going to talk about why you should not be a nice guy, why you should kill the nice guy syndrome, because I sincerely believe that the nice guy is one of the most detrimental things for men who want success. This nice guy syndrome is messing up your relationships, it's messing up your business, it's just limiting your potential in life. So let's kick this off with a story I heard from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. This is actually an African folk story. It goes like this. A snake is getting chased by a bunch of hunters and it's running away from them, swerving around. And it finds a farmer and says to the farmer, "Hey, help me. These hunters are here. They're trying to catch me. Please help me." The farmer, feeling bad for the snake, says, "All right, I'll jump in my mouth and get in my stomach and I will hide you from these hunters." So the snake does just that. The hunters come past, they don't see a snake, they keep on going. The farmer says to the snake, "All right, you're safe now, it's time to get out." But the snake is still scared, says, No, I'm gonna stay right here where I am. So the farmer is feeling a bit sick now, he's got a snake inside of him, he's walking, and he sees a heron, a bird. He tells this bird the story about the snake. The bird says, "Hey, look, I got some advice for you. Squat down and exert a lot of energy. Just squat down and push and the snake will come out." So he does that. And surely the snake comes out. The bird comes, eats the snake or grabs the snake and flies off. Now, the farmer's a little bit concerned because he feels that some of the poison from the snake is stuck inside his stomach and it's going to mess him up. So he goes to the heron and says, "Hey, do you have anything I can do about this poison in my belly?" The bird says, "Yeah, the cure is to eat 6 fowls. So you find them, you cook them, you eat them, and you'll be okay." The farmer looks at the bird and says, "You're a bird. I'll start with you for one." He grabs the bird, chucks him in the bag, and then goes back home to his wife. The farmer tells his wife the story. She's disgusted at him. She's like, what the hell is wrong with you? How could you do that to the bird that helped you with the snake? The bird that told you what to do, the bird that grabbed the snake from you. How could you just grab him and eat him like that?" So the wife, feeling sorry for the bird, opens up the bag to let it go. The bird flies out, and on its way out, it gouges out her eyes. The moral of the story is, water will flow up a hill before a favor is repaid. So what does this mean? And how does this relate to the nice guy syndrome? Nice guys are nice because they feel that through being nice, through doing what other people want of them, or being the perfect person, they're going to get something in return. This is why nice guys are notoriously bad with females. They think by white knighting, by being the perfect, picture perfect guy, they're going to get a lot of dates, but that's not the case. This is why nice guys fail at business. They put their interests aside and let other people take advantage of them. This is not the way to live because you will constantly get taken advantage of and you will never accomplish anything you want. Because unfortunately, the world we live in, not everybody else is nice. People aren't always going to repay your favors. It's not always a "I scratch your back, you scratch my back" situation. Sometimes it's a "I scratch your back, you stab my back" situation. And this is something that nice guys have to understand, that to be a complete man, to be successful in this world, to get what you want, you need to have balance. You need to know when to be good, and you need to know when to embrace your dark side. You need to be a complete man who accepts himself as he is and gives off the energy that is appropriate for a situation. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to do that, but first let's discuss where this nice guy syndrome comes from in the first place. The nice guy syndrome, 99% of the time, is derived from how someone grew up and what they experienced during childhood. As you know, the first 6-7 years of a child's life are the most important in regards to the scripts that they take and the programming they have for the rest of their life. If your parents didn't program the right things in you when you were young, or you misinterpreted certain events, that could mess you up for the rest of your life because you basically just run off those scripts. So when we were young, our biggest fear was abandonment. It was our parents running away because, as you know, a child is vulnerable, it's got no defenses, and if the parents leave it, abandon it. It's analogous to death. So to deal with this abandonment issue, we came up with ineffective coping mechanisms. We would notice that if we were being bad, our parents wouldn't love us as much. So to regain their love, we learned to be good. We learned to follow their orders. We learned to put our interests to the side and value what they wanted. And they taught you this too, growing up. Your parents probably taught you to be kind to others, to have manners, which are all good things, but they didn't tell you to respect yourself. They didn't tell you to be true to your vision, to your passion, to take care of yourself in that way. If you're like most people, your parents' advice was more about how other people looked at you, not so much about how you looked at yourself. So you grow up with this ineffective coping mechanism that you developed as a child, and it just runs your life. And it doesn't help that mainstream media perpetuates this bullshit. The movies you watch, the romantic comedies, the nice guy always ends up with the girl, or the nice guy ends up with a successful business thing, but the pursuit of happiness, Will Smith ends up just crushing it. It's all a fiction, because in reality, you can't just be nice and not have boundaries and expect to be successful in life. Sure, be nice to people, have respect, but know when to put your foot down. Know when to give off the energy that's appropriate for a situation. So if someone's disrespecting you, you don't have to be nice to them. If you were meant to go on a date with a girl and she keeps flaking on you, she's not really taking you seriously, she's talking to other guys, you don't have to entertain that. You don't have to put them on a pedestal. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to bow down. You can have some self-esteem, you can have some self-respect and leave that situation. If you're in a business transaction with someone, maybe it's a business partner, and they're not keeping up their end of the bargain, it's not your duty to stay there and carry them on your back. You need to put your foot down. You need to cut that off. You need to have self-respect by setting boundaries. And the way you set these boundaries is by starting small, just the small things in life. By firstly taking care of yourself and putting your wants and needs first. I'm not saying to step on other people's heads. I'm not saying to disrespect and lie to people, but take care of your own interests first. That means going to the gym. That means exercising, eating, figuring out your financial situation. These are your responsibilities as a man. This is what you should be taking care of. And you deal with that first, and then you start exerting yourself a little bit more, exerting your will in the world. So when someone's in front of you at the cinemas and they're talking and just laughing and they got their phones out and you try and enjoy this movie, tell them, guys, stop talking. We're at the cinemas, be quiet. Don't be afraid of conflict. Don't be afraid of these situations that aren't always peaceful. If you go out to the shops or maybe a restaurant and you order your steak medium done and they burn the thing, don't just eat that thing. Tell them, look, guys, I want this medium done. I want this medium rare. What the hell are you doing? This steak looks like shit. Take it back. That's exerting your will as a man. That's setting boundaries. And when you start doing this type of stuff, you're going to feel bad initially because you are never told to take care of yourself in this way. You're going to feel that cognitive dissonance, the conflict between different belief systems, but you just have to sit with it. You have to embrace it. And with time, it will get normal. The more you exert yourself, the more you take control, the more confidence you get, the higher your self-esteem will be, and the easier it will be for you to live life this way. Remember that you can still be nice, you can still be respectful, you can still have honor and integrity. This is not the same as being a nice guy. A nice guy is someone who bends over for everybody and anybody. Don't be that guy. Be a man who embraces his shadow, who knows when to turn it on and turn it off. Be someone who's able to gauge people's energies and give them only what they're giving you. Do this, and I promise you'll be one step closer to living and dying well.